I do think Trump's days and Elon Musk's days are numbered. And I got a couple of reasons for why I think that way. For one, Trump promised the American people prices would go down. He can call inflation anything he wants at this point, but we got inflation, 3%. The price of eggs are going up, 15%. We can't seem to get a handle on bird flu. It would be nice if we could have a vaccine and save all those millions of poultry, cows, and now at least 67 folks. No need to suffer from bird flu. We got vaccines for everything else. We should give it a shot. Will they? I don't know. However, what's the third thing with Trump? Those tariffs, 25% on aluminum and steel. That's a hefty tariff. That'll impact cars for sure, construction, the fossil fuel industry, though believe me, I'm not crying over that. I'd like to see them impacted. Anyone who uses rebar, they're going to be suffering. And that's what you need when you're fracking away. So, sounds like with all the folks that may be out of work and the higher prices that we're seeing, the people who voted for Donald Trump, they're not going to be too happy. And I'm not even going to go into his cabinet appointments. No, they speak for themselves. Let's look at Musk. He's the next biggie on our list. He's not even elected. And everything he's doing with Doge and the federal government is illegal. It's been overturned by the courts. The courts say he's not allowed to interfere in the federal government's pricing structure. No siree. It's also unconstitutional. I say, for one thing, since he's not following the law, why aren't federal marshals putting him in jail for contempt of court? Seems to me there's a remedy. You don't follow the law. If you were an ordinary person in this country, you're lucky if you just wind up with a fine or jail time. A lot of folks, if they don't follow the law, or they're perceived not to follow the law, they could be dead. But all I'm asking for, in terms of Elon Musk, is contempt of court. It's odd. He's frozen illegally all of these agencies. He's giving buyouts to folks as well. And yet, none of this is legal. CDC has his webpage back on. NIH too. And the NIH has managed to find funds so that they can keep dispensing grants. But folks in Alabama, they weren't so lucky. They had special grants to provide for them with higher energy costs. Well, they've all been hit with $100 extra for energy expenses. They weren't anticipating that. So it looks like Musk's mucking around is causing nothing but inflationary problems. Inflationary for the rest of us, for him, who's an interested contractor in government, it's a bonanza. Not only has he gotten $91 billion more wealthy since Trump has taken office, he's also gotten a tremendous contract for Tesla. Tesla is going to provide armored vehicles. I wonder, though, how they're going to charge them, since Trump took away the $5 billion for charging stations. Maybe they'll run on solar batteries and not the lithium kind. One can only hope. Can things get worse? You bet they can. As long as Musk is in charge of government, things can get much, much worse. And who else will suffer? The Republicans. They're promised now that as long as Musk stays in power, they won't be primaried out. But how long is the country going to sit still and let Musk continue to hold the reins of power? He's so confident that Trump may sit behind the resolute desk, but Musk holds press conferences right in the Oval Office. And if it's not enough, he's still making deals outside of Doge, where he'd love to get his hands on AI, but Sam Altman and the consortium aren't selling. So I don't know, are there 5 or 6 reasons you shouldn't be going for Elon Musk? I think so. Federal employees shouldn't worry. They should be at work. And if they're escorted out, they should form a class action lawsuit. None of this is legal. Musk cannot be an appointed appointee and not relinquish all of his outside interests. And that for sure he hasn't done. So I say, hold him in contempt. There's no reason for him to be above the law. What do you say? And how soon will everyone wake up from their stupor and start looking around them as the prices skyrocket? We certainly don't want more corporate tax cuts or more corporate interests in our future.